Hey gang, Jose here, sailing vessel Reverie. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm trying to get caught up with a lot of the videos, a lot of the footage that I haven't processed yet to give you updates on the refit of the Pearson 35. Pearson 34. Lots of things coming your way. This is actually a short clip of when I pulled Reverie out of the water back in October last year, and some of the telltale signs of what became, some of the projects that you've seen so far. A lot of progress have been made since then. We have the hull faired, at least the first pass. There's still some patching left to do. We have all new parts that came in, so new rudder, new shaft strut, new rebuilt rudder shoe, new prop, new shaft seal, and I have a video coming up on the shaft seals, as I learned quite a bit about that in the process of picking one for Reverie. So with that, let me walk you through the haul out and some of the things that we found as we pulled the boat out of the water after 6 years of the boat been sitting on the water. So let's take a look. So here's first look at Reverie coming out of the water. The boat's been sitting on the water for 6 years. I've owned the boat for about 7 months. I had to wait this long in order to get the boat out into a yard where I could actually get the work done myself. And so that was a challenge. One thing I want to point out is you got to watch out for, when you take your boat to some of the smaller yards. On this case, they untied my backstay out of the boat. Now, luckily, Reverie has a keel step mast, so the mast's not really going anywhere. But if it would have been a deck step mast, that could have gotten messy. And they didn't tell me about it. They just did it without consulting. So that was a little annoyed with that whole thing when they did it. And I didn't say anything because, I need the yard to get the job done. But it was one of those things that they should have said something before they removed the backstay. So watch out for that when you're working your boat and taking it to a small yard. So Reverie, by the looks of it, you can see through the bottom pane, and a lot of places you can see the gel coat shining through, which means that the boat probably didn't have a good barrier coat during its lifetime. So they just painted the fiberglass, and they just kept adding layers of bottom paint. The boat has, on the keel, you have the keel smile, you can see it here. And the keel smile is normal on this Pearson. If actually, when I looked in the manual, it says you should expect to see the keel smile because the boat has stick-a-flex in between the keel shoe and the keel. And they said, it's normal to have that keel smile in there, and you still shouldn't have any water coming in through the boat. And that was actually true for Reverie. I dried the bilge while the boat was still in the water and never got a drop of water in the bilge from the boat just sitting there. Even when we sailed it, we didn't get any water. And so, the smile didn't really do anything as far as allowing any water penetration. It just says it only has bottom paint. When it flex, it would show because it would crack the paint. The rudder needs, has a lot of growth, especially in between the edge of the rudder and the skeg, and where the rudder post is, so that we need to clean that up. You can see the shaft strut and the propeller. Here you can see the guys already power wash this side, and all that white is really the gel coat underneath the bottom paint. So there's obviously no barrier coat on this boat, which could also have contributed to the gel coat blistering. It wasn't really the fiberglass that got blisters, just the gel coat. So I'll show you once the boat reaches its resting destination. So here's Reverie after a nice bath. Looks much better now, but you can see all the white through the bottom paint. That's the gel coat underneath. It just shows that they didn't put barrier coat before they started painting the hull. That doesn't help keep your boat watertight. The here in the bow, you can see a couple of bumps from the prior owners hitting the dock, and overall the hull is in pretty good condition. Other than the keel smile and you know, some things with the metal on the strut, the shaft strut, and the propeller. But all in all, the condition of the boat is actually really good for the age, and it's also for the lack of care. It looks good, so it should be fun to work on this. The rudder feels solid, but what we later found out, as you saw in my video, is that we had play on the rudder, which meant we had to take the rudder apart in order to fix it, or basically rebuild the rudder. There's another video, you can look below for the link to that one, where I walk through the repair process. From this side, you can see better the keel smile, and it's just something that we have to address. We're gonna sand it and reinforce it and seal it and tighten up the keel bolts to make sure everything is nice and tight. So here you can see the gelcoat blistering, very, very small. This is what it looked like before we sandblasted the hull. So because it didn't have any barrier coat, and the chemistry of the, you know, whatever they used in 1985 didn't bond it properly, that's what created this. Now, it's not a structural issue, it's not a delamination issue, it's just surface. So it's just the gel coat that's causing that problem. So that's pretty much it for this video. Alright gang, so thank you very much for watching. Keep an eye out for the video on the repair of the rudder and the shaft seals. That'll be coming up, and I'll have some other videos that I'll be posting on our progress on the boat. So thank you for watching, and talk to you guys soon.